All right, here we are, middle of the week. We're getting closer to the end of the month. We're going to continue with this unsettled pattern. Remember earlier this week I was talking about every other day systems coming through? Well, this came through this morning. A little bit of a surprise. I never underestimate the northwest flow, but it's so difficult to forecast any precip coming in. Down on the valley floor, Montrose and Grand Junction saw a trace of those snowflakes. You look at the snow stake snapshot at Powderhorn Mountain Resort, kind of hard to tell. What is it? If you squash it down, is it 2? Is it 4? Is it 6? Well, that's the fluffernutter stuff. So whoever was up there this afternoon, midweek, it was a joy. A little bit of sunshine, fresh snow from the morning, cold temperatures keeping everything fresh, partly cloudy skies moving through, not a lot of wind. I know where I like to be. That's the après scene. In the afternoons. This is what we did this morning in the lower elevations. We started at 24 for Grand Junction, 21 Delta, 19 Montrose. This is what we did this afternoon. I thought we'd be a little bit colder for Grand Junction and Delta, but that's okay. We are still in winter, mid-30s, not quite where we should be. In fact, Grand Junction now has joined the 40-degree club as our average afternoon temperature. Montrose has been there since earlier this week, and today almost 10 degrees colder. 32 was our high temperature. Right now, we're at 32 for Delta, mid-20s and low 30s for a couple of spots. That's the current temperature. Tomorrow afternoon, we're going to continue with these colder temperatures. The reinforcing northerly flow will continue until this weekend, and then we're going to switch winds from the north, and we're going to get them coming at us from the west. That's more of a zonal flow. Now, that will transport a little bit more moisture, and it will transport a little bit more warmth, so we should expect our afternoon temperatures this weekend, certainly late weekend and potentially at the beginning of next week. And I'll show you on the extended forecast those numbers, but they're pretty close to the averages for this time of the year. There's that 5, maybe 10 mile per hour breeze clipping around, again, mostly out of the north. Wind chill in effect, and it makes us feel a little bit colder. Top wind gusts of the day anywhere from 10 to almost 25 miles per hour. Radar. Well, sweeping clear. This was an early morning system. We're still getting a couple of returns on radar in the mountain zones, and anything above 7,000 feet likely is getting just a wee bit of low clouds and some precip falling in the form of snowflakes. But we're going to catch a break. We should work on some clearing tonight, and we'll have a clear start to the day tomorrow. The further north you go, the quicker that clearing begins tonight. So you have that chance to get out, look to the north, try to locate the Little Dipper. Unaided, you won't be able to see the comet. Binoculars, telescope, let me know if you can see it, because again, we're getting closer to the end of the month and the beginning of next month, the beginning of February, and that's when the comet makes its closest approach. We will have some clearing. It's brief, and that's going to be on Tuesday, Wednesday, and that's, well, yeah, Tuesday of next week. That'll be in between a lot of activity. Already kicking off a winter storm watch for the northern mountain zones, so if you have friends or family in town that want to go skiing, you could keep them local. Sunlight, Powderhorn Mountain Resort, Crested Butte, or you could chase the storms to the northern zones, and that's where you'll get, I think they call it the goods. Steamboat Springs, Winter Park. Backcountry, yeah, we're adding more snow, and by the end of the weekend, we'll be talking about 1 to 2 feet of new snow in those northern mountain zones. So, late Thursday, that's when everything comes online. But before that can happen, this is what we had this afternoon, just scattered showers, and we still have some of those occurring now. During the overnight hours tonight, we get some partial clearing, and then incoming from the north. The parent feature for this next system, which is not going to pop up until, and this is Thursday morning, this is Thursday afternoon. The parent feature is way to the north in Canada, and so we're just going to have to wait patiently until Thursday evening for any of that snow to start to develop, and again, in the northern zone. So that'll be Thursday night into Friday morning. Northerly flow still in effect, but we start switching gears Friday into Saturday, and we get some of that westerly influence, and that'll really help with the temperatures. Tomorrow morning, yeah, a little bit of snow. Tomorrow afternoon, a lot more snow falling in those northern zones. So if you're traveling along Highway 40, or if you have to get to Craig, or you're going skiing in Steamboat, yeah, this is going to be a beneficial forecast for you. But even traveling through Glenwood Springs, you're likely to encounter some of that winter weather. So we'll catch sunshine for the start of Thursday. We deteriorate Thursday night. We're still under this cold regime through Friday afternoon. We'll see another system passing through repeatedly throughout the course of the weekend, but that westerly flow, look what it does to our afternoon temperatures. As we wrap up the month, we're going to do so rather unsettled. We have another storm system that's going to be coming in, and this one looks more significant with snow potential for the lower valleys at the beginning of next week. Now, once we get to February 2nd, that's Thursday, we'll see another system breaking in with a lot more snow and an extended period of unsettled weather. So the next comet viewing after tonight, well, would be early Wednesday morning.